So here is a few quick tips, and I'll go into these a little more in depth in other videos um, to help you navigate doing networking events or social events or business related events as you're trying to grow your business as a self-identified, highly sensitive person or empath or whatever spectrum you may be on that makes peopling a little bit more difficult for you. So one thing I do is I kind of rehearse a script in my head. I will go through the typical questions that are asked during networking events, and I'll either write it down or I just kind of go through conversations in my head, like days before, not just, as I'm driving there, which I do as I'm driving there, but just kind of having that script in your head. So when someone asks you a question, you're not searching for some type of legitimate answer or something to give them, because then once that happens, your brain kind of goes, oh my gosh, I'm taking too long to answer, or you start overanalyzing what you're saying. So having something ready in your head, just automatic response when people ask you questions. Another one is don't overload yourself. Be aware of your social battery. So I've made the mistake before of going to multiple networking events in one day, and by the time the last one rolled around, I was just tapped. I had to leave early. I barely interacted with anybody, and I was just so overwhelmed. But had I been a little bit more aware of my ability and how much I could handle in one day, I definitely would not have done that many, and I probably would have been able to give more at that last one I did. Another one is kind of reframe how you are looking at going to these networking events. Don't kind of sit and dwell on it and go, oh my gosh, I have to talk to all these people about what I do. Kind of try to reframe it in your mind as, oh, I'm going to educate these people about something they've more than likely never heard about before. And I love what I do, and I get excited about what I do. And when I start talking about it, I fall into this natural rhythm, and my excitement is absolutely palpable when I start talking about what I do. So just mentally sort of reframing it into something that you get excited about doing. I love telling people about what I do. I love educating people. And so for me, that's the frame that I'm looking at it as. I'm not looking at it as, oh, I have to go talk to all these people, and if I don't do this, my business isn't going to thrive, and blah, blah, blah. I try to stay away from that negative framing of it, and try to get myself excited about doing it. Another one is don't put pressure on yourself when you're going to these things to interact with everybody and do exactly what everybody else is doing. Typically, when I go to any networking event for the first time, I do a lot of observing. I'll kind of find a corner that I'm comfortable in that's not too crowded, and I will observe, how the people are acting, what they're talking about, observe the layout of the room, try to feel into what is going on at the event, because different networking events, there's different people, there's different vibes. So not everyone is the same. So be forgiving with yourself. Just tell yourself when you go into it, I don't have to interact with people. And obviously, I think as an empath and, more sensitive people in general are pretty good about blending into the background and just not being noticed when they don't want to be. So don't worry about people like noticing you going, oh my gosh, that girl's over there not talking to anybody, or that person's not over there interacting with anybody. What are they doing here? Because more than likely they're so wrapped up in what they're talking about with other people, they don't even notice you, unless you want to be noticed by going up and interacting with them. So definitely be forgiving with yourself. Don't pressure yourself to do or act any certain way when you're there. And another one is kind of social battery aftercare. I tend to notice when I go to these things, if I don't take a shower at the end of the night, or if I don't have like that quiet reset time, I am just worthless the next day. So really being aware of what feeds back into you after doing these events and taking the time to actually do them when you're done, not just getting home and going, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, I just want to go to sleep. Make yourself take a shower, make yourself, sage the house, lay down and relax on the couch for a little bit and watch a movie and just decompress. So those are a few things that can help to make networking and socializing in terms of, building your business a little bit easier to manage. So more in-depth stuff later.